friends, today's video is going to be a book unhaul. If you have been following along with me on Instagram, you'll know that we recently repainted our bookshelves, and in the process I took off all my books, reorganized them, started cataloging them, and I found a couple that I wanted to get rid of. I thought, I post a lot of book hauls. Let me show you that I do actually get rid of some books sometimes. So here is the pile of books that I'm getting rid of. I do go through and unhaul books every once in a while after I have read them. So like if I read a book and I decide that I don't want to keep it, I will get rid of it at that time. But I don't usually have like stacks and stacks of books to get rid of all at once. So I thought I'd go ahead and just kind of show you what I'm getting rid of and why. First up are 4 mass market paperbacks that I had gotten from a library book sale. They actually had like grab bags of, I think it was like 10 romance books for $1, and so I grabbed that grab bag and these were all in there. I do enjoy a good mass market paperback romance. I enjoy them quite a bit. However, after reading the synopses of these and kind of looking at the romances that I do have on my shelves, I just don't think I will get to these anytime soon. I have other romances that I would rather prioritize. Speaking of more mass market paperback romances, I have 4 that I had gotten sent to me from publishers. These are all finished copies, but they were sent to me. Some of them I asked for, some of them were just unsolicited. Nora Roberts, I love Nora Roberts, but I'm not a huge like Western romance fan. Same reason why I'm getting rid of this beautiful man is because cowboy romances aren't my thing. Now these 2, I realized after reading the synopsis of both of them, they're just not my romance vibe either. If I'm reading a romance, I kind of want it to be diverse in some way. These are not. They are straight white people, and these are like catered to older readers than me. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to generalize, but they're not my vibe. They're just not my vibe. Same with this one. I had gotten this one from a book sale in my area this spring, I think, and I just kind of grabbed it blindly because it was like $1.25, and after getting it home and kind of reading the synopsis, you know what, I think I'm just gonna pass it along. The next 3 books that I'm getting rid of are all copies that were sent to me for review. But again, after going through my books, I have over 300 and something books on my shelves that I have not read, and these particular ones just were not calling to me. I think I got most of them kind of like at the beginning of my book blogging, where I was just accepting books just to accept them. I think I've become a little bit more selective with what I say yes to receiving, just because I kind of know my reading tastes a little bit more than I did. And I'm sure these are great books, but these are going to go to a little free library near me and somebody else can have fun with them. Same thing, the next stack here are books that again were sent to me that I kind of just accepted without really knowing too much about, just because I was excited about receiving books. So I have Until I Find You, Lady in the Lake, and A Summer to Remember. If you know anything about the books that I enjoy and give 5 stars to, these are just not along those lines. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure somebody out there will love them, which is why I'm passing them along. I think a good rule of thumb is that if you see a book and you're like, yeah, I'll read that, it's probably not a book that you should buy. And that's the case that I did with this. Right at the beginning of when I started my Bookstagram and started book blogging, I found Book Outlet, which is a website where they have books for cheap, and I placed a big order titles that I had heard of and heard people rave about, but that I didn't really know too much about, and this was one of them. And this is part of a series, and it's about Alexander Hamilton and Eliza Schuyler, and it kind of came out around Hamilton, going off of that popularity, I guess. This is a YA romance, and it is part of a series. I think there's 3 of them now. I only have the first one. I don't think I'm ever going to read it. If I do decide to read it, I can get it from the library, you know? And this next stack of books were all sent to me, and they're just not my vibe. I'm sure that they're probably good. I think this one's a thriller. This one is like just like a contemporary like women's fiction. This is another thriller, and I do like thrillers, but don't know when I'm ever gonna get to these. There are so many other books on my shelf that I think I will like more, So these are gonna go. Next up, I got this one in a book swap I did through Instagram, and I've had it for 3 years and I've never once wanted to read it. I think it's because the cover is kind of ugly and it's kind of turning me off. So I don't know. I know that's really shallow, but when you're getting rid of books, you're getting rid of books. I also recently got this one sent to me from a publisher, and I think it looks super cute, but it's in a series, and I don't think I'm ever going to go back and read the rest of the books in a series, and I don't think I can just start now. This is like a middle grade book, and I do have a friend who is a teacher, so I think I'm just going to give it to her for her classroom library. So I think that's where this one's going to go. This next chunk of books are all books that I just have duplicates of. I got sent a whole bunch of these books for some reason, so I kept one, gave the rest away, and somehow I still have one extra one, so this is gonna also go just because I already have it. This I accidentally bought twice, probably from the same place. I've talked about the Planned Parenthood book sale in my area, and I'm pretty sure I bought this in the spring and then bought it again in the fall just because I didn't remember, because I have too many books. So I already have a copy upstairs. I don't need to keep a second copy. Same with this one. This got sent to me for review, and I have the review copy, and this is a finished copy. So I just need to keep one of them. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then same with this one. They sent me 2 ARCs for some reason of this book, so I'm going to pass this along to somebody who I think wants to read it. I also bought this twice. This I got from a library book sale. You can tell it's got the shiny cover. And then I bought another copy at the Planned Parenthood book sale this last fall. So I'm getting rid of the library copy just because the shiny cover kind of drives me nuts a little bit. So I'm going to pass that along too. I got 2 of this for some reason. It is The Angel Maker by Alex North, so I only need to keep one. So I'm gonna, again, pass this one along to somebody who I think probably will read it. The next stack that I have here are all advanced reader copies that were sent to me that I never read in time, and I don't have any interest in reading anymore. So I have Do I Know You, The Lindbergh Nanny, Beyond That the Sea, and The Nobody People. They're just books that I have on my shelf that I don't think I'm going to get to anytime soon. And if I do decide at one day that I want to read those, I can always get them again from the library. So next book is The One True Me and You. I did read this. I did like it, but I don't think I'm ever going to read it again, so I don't need to keep it. Same story goes with The Storyteller. I read this years ago. She's one of my favorite authors, and I have a bunch of her books, but I decided to get rid of this one because I don't think I'm ever going to read it again. And then same with this. It is a beautiful edition of the Sherlock Holmes stories. And I did read Sherlock Holmes earlier this year with some friends, and while this book is gorgeous, I just did not like this. I did not like the Sherlock Holmes stories. So it's gorgeous, but I didn't like it, so I think I'm just gonna pass it along. This is one that I've had for a really long time. I've read it twice. I don't think I'm gonna read it again, and if I do, this is at the library, so I think I'm gonna pass this one along to somebody as well. Another book that I really liked, it's a gorgeous edition. It's got those beautiful colored edges, but I'm not going to read it again. I did not grow up with Shel Silverstein. It does not hold the nostalgia for me. It's just some fun poems that I don't think I'm ever going to read again. Another book that I really enjoyed, but I just don't think I'm going to read it again, is Becoming by Michelle Obama. This again was a library copy, and since it's kind of ugly, I'm going to get rid of it. The next stack are all just kids' books that I weeded out of my child's bookshelf. You can see it behind me. He also has the problem of he has too many books, and every once in a while I'll just go through it. These I'm just gonna give to a Little Free Library just because they're kind of well loved. And so yeah, I think I'm just gonna, when I go through my Little Free Library, I'm just gonna drop those off along with some of these other books. I also have 2 cookbooks that I got at the Planned Parenthood book sale for really cheap. I did go through these and I did make quite a few recipes and I did enjoy them, but I have other cookbooks that I reach for more and have similar recipes. So I think, again, I'm probably going to put these in a Little Free Library because I think it'd be a nice surprise for somebody to find a cookbook in one of those. And that is it. I don't know how many books that was, but that is how many books are leaving my house in one form or another. All of the ARCs and all of the like previous library copies and anything that's not like a nice copy, I'm probably just gonna go around to the Little Free Libraries in my area and drop them off. anything that I think a friend might like, I might give it to a friend. And then anything else, I'll probably take them into the library where I work and put them on the donation shelf for our book sale, because anything that is donated to our library, we sell at a book sale, and then we get to use that money for various library things. If you made it through all of that, I know that was kind of long. I would love to know if you unhaul books regularly, and if you do, how many you got rid of the last time you did, or you know, maybe you need to do it. Maybe you need to do it. Maybe this is your sign. So I will see you next time. Bye.